I appear to be live. Hello, hello, hello. These intros are... Okay, it's working. I need to switch off the main light. Hello. These intros are more for YouTube than Twitch, because it'll take a minute or two for people to get here. But the video will be up on YouTube after the fact. I have to go to bed soon. I'd like to shave. But I finally updated to Reason 11 because Reason 12 was announced, and it means I'll get it for free when it comes out in September. So I jumped on that because I've been dying to have the rack in Reaper. Basically, when it came out, originally I was broke, and by the time I had an income, I was like, I'm sure Reason 12's around the corner, let me rather just wait. So I have waited, and I'm glad I did. So yeah, I'm basically going to just try and make a track in Reaper using the Reason rack for the first time. What's up, Astro? Welcome. So yeah, I'll see how that goes. I'm curious to just sort of see the CPU usage. If I try and use the Reason rack for most of my tracks, which isn't really how I think I'll end up using it longer term. It's just for now, it might be worth trying just to sort of see if it's as CPU heavy as it is in Reaper as a DAW on its own. So yeah, that is the plan. And I will be right back. I'm just gonna take a leak and share the stream in Discord. I have tried Bitwig actually. I dig Bitwig. I guess. Let me take a leak and I'll be right back. Marty. Get better though. I'm a dum-dum, sorry. I had a pad on there. How's it, Marty? Welcome back. I haven't seen you in ages. I really need to finish this tune. Yeah, welcome back, Siphons. Sorry, I didn't realize I forgot I'd padded my mic when I went to the bathroom. I didn't want to be peeing on stream. I've heard a streamer pee, is all I'm gonna say. Okay, this was too warm. I need to finish this tune as well. This is literally Winamp. Basically took windowed Winamp screen visualizer and cropped it using OBS filters. Okay, I'm gonna answer the questions I saw in here earlier. Oh, this song's had an update since this version, since this bounce. Yeah, Winamp is awesome. You should see the software that Seebeck had. Yeah, these are all songs I need to finish. Yeah, there's quite a few changes since this version. There's our Winamp. Cool. Let me close the Discord. I wouldn't mind just playing that track where it is now. And also, Seebeck hasn't heard the track I worked on last stream. So I might open that as well. And then we're going to check out Reason's Rack plugin. And I just want to basically use it on like every track almost and see what the CPU usage is like. Ah, thanks, Marty. That's much appreciated. Kind words. Whoops, I nearly exited OBS. Good thing it asked me if I was sure. Hey, welcome back. How are you doing, dude? Working hard? Have you had a holiday yet? So let me just make sure that guy's on. Kick pattern has changed. There's like a sub layer to that bass lead. I'm not sure about the new kick pattern. I did it the other day when I should have been working. Ah. Congratulations on the jab, I guess. Interesting hearing the different version of the track. I was considering jumping into... I have a chat while streaming channel in my server. But I'm trying to balance how productive I can be, because I actually don't have much time. And I'm gonna get bitter if I don't make music. I feel like I spent the whole day doing stuff for other people, and like now it's an hour from when I should be going to bed. Anyway, that's how it is. I can't complain because like it's my own doing. So yeah, that's how this tune is shaping up. I have mixed feelings about it actually, compared to the version we heard in Winamp. I feel like some things have gotten better, some things have gotten worse in the track, maybe. You did the Reason sub for 1 month. A lot of stuff inside, hell yeah, dude. Nah, it's cool, Marty. I do like to hang with the chat a little bit. It was more if I was to actually go into a voice chat is what I was debating. Yeah, the first track that I was the first question was what I think about Bitwig, and my answer was going to be, for production, I would love to use Bitwig. I love the sort of modular nature of it and how you can route signals. And I mean, you can modulate anything, like plug in parameters with LFOs. The grid thing seems very forward thinking. I like that they didn't just go modular with like monophonic audio and mono, like single notes in the grid. You can play chords. So in terms of like a forward thinking modular environment, I think they've got some stuff going for them for sure. The only reason I was umming and ahhing is because for music production, I love it, but for performance, there are still some things Ableton does better. So at the end of the day, I would need both, and if money was no object, I would have both. But money is an object, and I'll probably end up getting Ableton because there's just certain things that it can do in a live performance that are pretty much unparalleled. I mean, one of the things it can do is if you hit recording, if you, let's say I've got a 2-bar loop and I hit overdub and I play a note at the end of bar 2, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I play a note there and it goes back into the bar 1, it'll record that as one note and it won't get cut off by the edge of the bar. It'll just play the freaking note that I played, even if it starts in a weird place. Whereas pretty much FL, Reaper, most of the other DAWs I've tried, and Bitwig, cut the note off at the end of the loop, if you know what I mean. So for like live MIDI jamming and like playing something in and having it loop over your beat and then maybe you hit quantize or something, Ableton wins. And like that's kind of a deal breaker for me. I wouldn't want to buy another DAW because I already have a few and not have some live performance features that I would really want. Basically. Right. So what I was thinking of doing is kind of gutting this template a bit. I have battery over here going into separate tracks. What I could maybe do is just delete this whole battery bus. And it'll just be, let's try redrum, if I even need it. I'll just stick a track in there. I love my delay send. I might replace this delay because this is just Reaper delay. Let's start with Ableton has amazing effects, and Ableton sampler is boss. Like you can do FM inside the sampler. Simpler is amazing. You can quickly slice things on transient or quarter notes, eighth notes. Operator's cool. I just find some of their synths, it's like a bit of a weird tiny interface to have to deal with. I kind of wish that's what I like about the Reason Rack. It's like the vertical view, you can fit in a lot more of a UI. I don't know why Bitwig had to copy that same like narrow piece of your screen for all your devices. I was like, you really had to copy that about Ableton? Eish. So that was the first question. The second question, another one was, can you rewire Bitwig in Reaper? You know, I don't know about that. In fact, I should be able to see, because I do have it installed. I don't see Bitwig here, no. So I don't think you can, and I think Ableton Live 11 got rid of Rewire, Reason 11 got rid of Rewire. So they're kind of phasing it out. I think this is Reason 10 here. Because I do still have 10 on my machine. Yeah, I used to, I mean, I have FL, I have Reason, I have Reaper, and I have an old copy of Pro Tools that I used to use in college. So basically I had Reason 10 and I was broke, and 11 came out, and I actually beta tested 11. And it was already more solid than battery. For example, for redrum, for drums, I had less like crackles. Like, it's hard to explain. If you like trigger a bunch of notes or something and then you unmute battery and it'll like play all those notes and you get this loud bang. There's like certain things where it was just kind of buggy, and I found redrum just didn't glitch out at all in the Reason Rack. So I liked it, but I just didn't have the money to upgrade. And then by the time I did have the money to upgrade, I thought 12 was probably on its way. And I was right. So now I upgraded when I can get 12 for free, so I'm pretty excited actually. Although I'm mostly just excited to have the rack finally. So, where would I put it? Reason. Effect and VST3 and VST3i. I'm just going to stick them in miscellaneous, multi-effect. I feel like I'm going to reach for it as a synth. I'll stick them in there too. I find I don't really like the resamplomatic. The range, like if you automate is it decay or release? Like if I want a hi-hat to go from like closed to open, the usable range to automate is so fine that it's like, there's so many times I found it limiting basically. I'd also like to be able to map stuff like velocity if I press harder for the filter to be more open. That's like something I'd like to do that you can't with resamplomatic. So no, in general I just used battery. Let us see. I have an idea. I have many ideas. Sure. I also discovered, I recently bought a plugin called Phossion. Oh damn, you know what? I'm gonna have to restart Reaper. My push isn't operating. I bought, it's a 303 emulation by D16 Group called Phossion. And it's got a sequencer in it. And I discovered that sequencer sends a MIDI, so I can actually put a plugin that isn't a 303 after it and have it sequenced. So maybe we can mess around with that, like use Subtractor instead of a 303. Let's go again. The main thing that I really wanted from Reason in here is Grain, which is their granular plugin, but I'll mess with that in a bit. Let's maybe start with, I'll even do Maelstrom. Can I double click? Cool. There's the patch. The patch that forced me to learn how to synthesize in Reason 2 because I hated the patch so much. Hey, nice. The only thing is, I believe they are planning to do like scalable UIs for version 2s of their plugins, but the version 1s are not scalable. So let me get it up so long. That's what she said. Okay, so on its own, I'm hearing nothing. If I switch this off, I can play it. So if I press hard, you get an accent. If I press softly, it basically only operates in 2 velocities, which is a unique thing about the 303 kind of sound. But if I have this on and I hit play, it's going to play a sequence. If I hit this, and nope, this one, now I can change patterns by playing a note. So that's kind of cool. So let's maybe write our own thing. So I can go, we're already in pattern right. I can clear this one. You can also see what pattern I'm playing over here. I'm going to go clear, so now when I press that pattern, we hear nothing. Press another key, we hear another thing. So on this pattern, these are the 16 steps. You can also change the length. Get a pattern length. Now it's flashing. This is how long our sequence was. So let's make it 16 steps. Turn off. Pattern length. And now those are solid. So now it's going to play 16 steps and then loop. So we're not hearing anything. There's a C, but you have to switch it on. Now we're hearing that first step. So I'm going to write something in E, maybe an octave up. To do this step. Maybe we'll accent the first one. Wrong step. Now we can also make a tie note that's gliding into this one. Kind of a boring process. But you can also sequence it in your DAW. As I say, if I switch off that and this, now I can play it on my keyboard. We can also add shuffle. But now let's turn down the master volume. I mean, this thing can do quite a lot of shaping. You can change how the accents register. Yeah, that is the shuffle control. There. That is the sort of swing. We can change the gate length up here. That sort of changes the contour. There's a sort of cool distortion on it as well. Anyway, what I was thinking of doing is turning that down, switching this on. And now it's triggering Maelstrom. To make it monophonic. Damn, I'm looking forward to being able to zoom this interface. Holy heck, it looks small. That's cool. I'm going to send it to... Actually, let's do it in here. Let's try the echo. It is very 90s. Holy heck. Exactly. In fact, it even has an ARP. You can, this whole section over here sets like octaves and stuff. I haven't even used the ARP, to be honest. Oh, there's a different shuffle. So yeah, you can literally use it as an ARP. I want to see what it does with the accent though. I believe it does map. Does send the accent value. Damn, there we go. This is interesting because we can do release. Yeah, that could get annoying pretty quick. What we could do, we could actually... I've got an idea. Let's change the pattern length. Damn, polyrhythms. What I'll do is copy this. Overwrite this one. I seem to be... Oh, I'm in this length mode. There we go. Now I've copied it to the other pattern. So I'm going to change length to the full length. So I'll have one. Then the full length one. I might change this first one to even shorter though. I feel like this first note could be glid. Give it some width. Yes, and the Reason doesn't have VST3 support as at all, and they haven't announced it for Reason 12. Interesting indeed. I feel like the shaper should be after the filter, so what I might do, send it to that filter instead, turn that one off. Ah, the sound doesn't have much high frequency content. It's very trancey. I could probably, now that you mention it, that does, because it's sending MIDI, you're right, I could actually bounce it to MIDI. I didn't plan to. I mean, I sequenced it myself. It's not very complicated, it's just 2 velocities and a couple of notes in E minor. That's kind of cool. Okay, I've got an idea there. Let's just sequence something in. I like that it shows me the pattern names. Let's try. Just because I can't remember how you do it. MIDI output. That did not work. Just bypass everything. I'm curious what the actual velocities are. There we go. Huh, look how low they are. So our accent velocity is 54. And the standard velocity is 12. So yeah, that's our MIDI. There's like a standard length for the notes, and then the tie notes just overlap. That's pretty interesting. Let's turn on the things. And then this, I'll just make like that. Let's make this last bar more interesting. I wonder what it'll sound like with both. I padded my volume. Okay, fire in the hole, it's gonna get louder. I'm gonna take away the delay. Oh, shortcut didn't work, that's interesting. I'll use my favorite. What I'll do though is this delay. Interesting layer. So let's we already I restarted it, okay. I'm just gonna trash my battery bus. Let's just start with one instance of it with redrum. Thing is, I might not even use redrum for a kick drum. I'm trying to switch to synthesizing some kicks. But I basically found an old kick preset that I'd made that seems to lend itself to tweaking. I think it was this one. No. Could have been, yeah, I think it was this one. Basically, this first LFO is doing the shape of this volume curve for the noise, even though it's a one shot. I don't know why. Maybe I initially didn't have it as a one shot. This is my pitch slide amount. I mean, my pitch slide speed. It's more like psytrance-y. Somewhere there is pretty nice. I guess we could turn the click down a little bit. This guy is the shape of the overall kick. Maybe we do more of a pitch dive. We can also change the attack on the kick. Although I'd rather do this with my monitors on. My headphones, for whatever reason, tend to hide clicks of kicks. So we're in E. We could try the root note. Make these notes longer. So I want to modulate that, but this is always, these mod sources are always resetting. So I'm going to use, like this, they reset every note, whereas I wanted to continuously slide through this index knob. From about there, perhaps. So I could try synchronous, perhaps. Synchronous is another badass thing I'm glad to have now. Like, firstly, it can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Woo, browser. Woo, not dark skin. Alright. They've got like all sorts of glitch effects and things. We could ooh. So anyway, that's what synchronous can do. Basically, you get 3 envelopes, and you can dial them in. So all these knobs that are now blue, when you dial in blue, it will change that amount based on the filter, whether it's for the delay or the filter or the reverb. But you can also send these as outputs out the back. So if you tab, oh, that worked. We can actually pipe these a CV out from each of those curves. I'm kind of digging this. Let's just start with something simple. I actually feel like this is overkill though. I don't want a fast modulation, I want a slow modulation. Let's just see. You can do a straight line, I think. Yeah. So I could do that. And then I could slow it down. Let's try that. Curve 1. We wanted to do index. Alright, let's get a redrum going. I loaded the wrong version. Could have sworn it said VST3i. My bad. Kong does give you a bit more sculpting ability. We could try that. Okay, let's initialize this. Let's see. Oh damn, cool dude. Sample that. Okay. Let's see. Let's just load a sample. Actually, here's a test. Let's try from Reaper.
Well, that's
A hat like that would be cool. Hey, hey. Let's use that instead. So what we can do is we can set mute groups. There we go. They're both on mute group A now. No, that's not what I wanted to do. How does undo work? Ooh, good. That worked. Went too far back. can do filtering in here. I don't even remember. I think it's possible to do that in battery, but it would never have taken me that quick to do the mute groups. I'm just going to record something in the wrong place. Kind of all I wanted. Something like that. Hopefully when it takes off you can sample it. I misread your message. Maybe we can add a clap. First clap I hit, I'm like, huh. Reaper's search is much better. I mean, you can create a database and then it scans your stuff once and then you can like manually make it rescan. Like scan database for new files. But other than that, you can quickly search for stuff there. And whereas in Reaper it like brings up, in Reason it brings up pop-up. And like you can't do anything else while it searches as far as I recall. Cheers, Marty. Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, I'm gonna just slowly see how See how far I can go before my computer chokes with this rack, although I'm gonna have to go to bed before it chokes. I've got like another hour, I think. I should go to bed now, technically. Maybe we can add an echo to just this hat. I have a 7 a.m. karate class. That is the answer to that, Shroom. And no, in fact, I work 13 hours on Sunday. So I'm going to try and have most of tomorrow off. Yeah, at least I'm keeping busy, I guess. Best of both worlds. Fantastic. I'm not sure what I think about the 303-ish things. I'm just gonna quickly hear this on my speakers. That is a beefy kick drum. I know how you feel, dude. It wasn't about looks for me. It was just about having dumb aches and pains, and just yeah, like needing a stretch and being reluctant to even stretch. And I was like, this isn't going to just magically get better. And I'm glad that I started this because, I mean, I was so stiff. It's just been a week. The first class, the next day, I was like, felt like a paralyzed person. I was like, hobbling about. And after the second one as well. The third one was Thursday night. I didn't feel so bad after that, but it was more like a form and technique class. So it was less like drill sergeant vibes. So there's a place for both for sure. I'm not sure what tomorrow holds in store. I'm not even sure whether it's indoors or not. They say, oh, assume it's going to be sunny, but it's been raining, so it might be indoors. I would like to find out. Let's just layer this with something. See, even the sine wave is fun. Definitely gonna automate that. Damn! Right freaking there? Can I just do that? Holy crap, that's awesome. Why can't I do that in every plugin? That's so cool. Normally I have to go last tweaked up here. Oh, is that a VST3 thing, maybe? I wonder. I didn't know there was a VST2. Maybe you had a beta? Maybe. I also beta tested it. I don't recall having a VST2. What about reverb? Never even thought of that. Okay, my CPU is chilling. This is a good sign. It might actually be more optimized than when I beta tested it. That is so cool. And you just... I have a few VST3s, but I've never had that before. That's so cool. For bass. Actually, let's come back to bass. I don't actually own Quanta, that was just a demo. Sick. Fab Filter 2, nice. This, let's be real, this is the main reason I wanted the rack. At all in another DAW. But as I say, I found when I was beta testing, I already found Redrum to be more stable than battery. In a freaking beta, I mean really. So yeah. Let's see. What random sounds can I find? Look for some random stuff in my... I haven't been in here in a while. I was going to look in voice notes. Acid jazz guitar. And should be able to get the key. I like to just, instead of forward loop, just switch it to an envelope. So envelope 1 is now doing the speed. I can loop it.
You got that $50?
No.
Well, come on, back you go.
Damn! Cheers for the raid, dude. OhmLab. I've definitely been in your stream once or twice. Which is to say, probably would have been more if I didn't have a job. I've been so damn busy. I have hardly been on Twitch. It's embarrassing. But yeah, thanks for the raid, man. How was your stream? So now I think it's using whatever it can see as the range for this envelope looping. So now it's looping most of the loop. That is trippy sounding because of the grain speed. So we could slow it down. Oh, I could re-trigger it as well. What's up, Andremia? Welcome, welcome. Cheers for the raid, man. What I was thinking of doing is setting the speed. Actually zoom in. Speed that up. Works all right, thanks, man. Yeah. All I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm very, very, very grateful to have work this past. I don't know what I would be doing at this point. Without gigs, I'm very lucky to have found some audio related job, you know? Yeah, number 1, it's audio related. Number 2, it's remote from home. Number 3, it relies on like good, stable internet and stable power, and I live somewhere with solar, so it's like I was kind of perfect for it in a way. It's like it was made for me in a time when I really, really needed it. So I'm super grateful to have it. I'm maybe a little too busy. Yeah, number 0, it's paid work. there's a lot of admin and website maintenance and chasing people for schedules and other stuff. And I feel like I'm supposed to be kind of guiding the ship a little bit at this point, but I'm so sort of deep in the weeds that I cannot guide the ship. I'm too deep in the weeds. I'd like someone else to be doing the leading, and I think there are some people that are kind of doing that, which I'm grateful for. Okay, what I was going to do was key track the speed of this envelope. How low? Key. Envelope 1 rate. Yeah, basically, I might suffer tomorrow with an early karate class because I'd rather make some music. Basically, I bought this upgrade like several days ago and I just haven't had any time to even mess with it. And I was like, if I don't play with the something tonight, I'm going to be bitter. And I don't want to be bitter. Interesting tone. Oh, it's Foreman's tune. I was looking for this tune then. Nope. Very cool synth plugin, grain thing, granular plugin. Dubby. Let's try another sound. Sure. We can also shape it a bit. I think you can even modulate that end point. It's got a little wonkiness to it that I quite like. Could put it into touch mode and then just move that knob around. Keeps diving it back down in that mode. Wonder why. Maybe I need latch. Nothing I would really want from the Reason Rack for base, I don't think. You know what I haven't messed with in a while? The Monarch. I've never messed with this. Literally never. Seems to do an autoplay. Don't crash, don't crash. Ooh, interesting. Lazy kicks. I gather there's a second bar. Why can't I see the second bar? Ooh, polyrhythm. I get it now. Wonder where the echo is coming from. Damn, there's more to this than I thought there was. There we go. Okay, now can we sequence this guy? There we go. except doesn't seem to. Except notes I'm playing on the keyboard. To change the pitch, that would be handy. Tune. I suppose we could offset it like that. Or not. Yeah, I mean, you can load samples into things in Reaktor, like this might be a synthesized drum. But you can, in some Reaktor ensembles, there's a sampler section. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, in general, Reaktor is more of a modular environment for building synthesizers and effects, and samplers and granulizers. It's basically kind of like Max for Live. It's like a modular environment. If I click here, edit, and then... Oh, it's thinking. Basically, this is the back end of this particular patch. All sorts of things routed all sorts of places. I think you can double click on things and then, yep, there's more stuff within some of these containers. So it's a pretty deep and dense thing where you can, yeah, it's kind of above my head. I've only ever gone in there to like turn off a noise source that even though the volume was down, I could still hear noise on a tape plugin. That's like my sum total of experience in the back end of it. And so they come with a bunch of things. Then some of them are third party. I mean, some of them you can buy from Native Instruments. Like Form is usually sold separately or in part of Complete, which is a granular synthesizer. And you can drag samples into it. And then Reaktor Blocks is kind of like a modular environment, but simplified. So you get modules like in a Eurorack kind of a format where you can drag cables between them. So yeah, it's a pretty dense thing. Whereas Kontakt is a sampler, and the real difference there is Kontakt people make front ends for the samples, and it's got effects and stuff, but it's more about multiple layers of samples and different velocities triggering different samples, and people script all sorts of crazy things inside it to like step sequences and all sorts of things. And synths maybe based on sampled synthesizers. It's got filters and stuff, so yeah, it is kind of a different thing. I'm wondering what? I feel like everything's small today. I feel like I'm struggling to read everything. Am I normally further forward? No. I'm just having one of those days. Ah, there we go. Tuning. Now we're getting somewhere. not really seeing the point of this yet. There's some cool stuff in here though. Sushi Monsters, welcome back, man. Very interesting plugin. That's kind of cool. Yeah, but bugger this. Actually, the reason I wanted Reactor was to try and get Monarch going. I haven't used this in ages. But how hard can it be? My call on music theory. Alright. I mean, if you listen to Mr. Bill's tunes and you hear him say that he like basically just does his chords by ear and he has some super jazzy chords, like anything's possible. If you're patient, I guess. Deadmau5 also kind of just, as far as I've heard, basically does stuff by ear most of the time. I'm sure when you've been producing, as long as either of them, you do eventually kind of work things out. But is it necessary? No. Is it nice to have? Yeah. I think there's some basics that when I didn't understand them, I sucked. I'm wondering about this thing with that sequencer now. Sorry, getting distracted. Yeah, I mean, the other useful thing, like the basic stuff to do, is to sort of learn the patterns of each scale. So like minor scale has a pattern, major scale has a pattern. And once you learn that pattern, you can, whatever note you start on the keyboard or guitar or whatever, has that same pattern. If you kind of ignore the black and white keys and just count semitones, that pattern's going to be the same on any key. And it's just a case of learning what that scale feels like on whatever instrument you're playing. And that's very helpful. And then building chords from that scale, you can kind of do by ear. You could start with a triad where you skip every other note in that scale and draw that as a chord, and then you can like just go from there as to what sounds good. Something else, a recent breakthrough I had, so I've always dug minor keys because it was the first thing I could kind of make music sounding like I expected it to sound with. It's hard to sort of explain, but what I discovered, what I eventually learned, was that you can apply the minor pentatonic. So the pentatonic scale, it like leaves out certain notes. If you just learn what the minor pentatonic is, if you're playing in a major key, there's a relative minor. So like if you look at all the white keys and you start on C, that's C major. If you do A minor, it's also all the white keys, right? So that relative minor pentatonic, whatever the notes are in the A minor pentatonic, you can play in C major, just starting on C using those same notes, and that tends to sound, it'll sound quite kind of musical in terms of jamming or soloing. Yeah. So I basically figured out which notes were in the relative minor pentatonic, and only used those notes when playing in a major, if that makes sense. And that was a great start for me to start to understand sort of jamming in major keys. I think that's the minor pentatonic. So let's call we start there. It's just a different start of the note, basically. I do kind of like it, the Cherry Audio thing. However, it is quite big, and it fits on my screen, but I can struggle to read it. And then it's a little over my head, and I would maybe need to take some time to learn the 2600 to actually be able to program it. So I've kind of been relying on the patches, and then having to zoom in constantly because the interface is just too small for me. So yeah, that's my only issue with it. It sounds nice though, I like how it sounds. For $29, I'd say fuck yeah. I want to do the same thing I did now. Stick an ARP behind this. What I'll do is I'll stick a transpose between them. Wait, I think it's normally C. So 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones up. That was right, in fact. 4 semitones is E. Talk to a composer who hears chords. I guess in her head. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, yeah. I've written some stuff like that before as well, where I had a tune in my head and I had to figure out how to play it. That's also fun. I dig this little sequence. What I'm gonna do is... That's so cool though, that we can send a 303 sequencer into a Moog emulation. That's just awesome. Rich. Well, she can laugh. On my bass bus I have a pumper. Now it's only pumping the low end. If we can get the velocity accent happening. I'm not sure how half of this stuff works. It's all good. Let's take mod off the pitch there. It should be there's velocity. I'm not hearing any difference though. Pretty smooth. main thing I wanted to know was how the CPU was doing. 20%, we've got lots of headroom. And that's with Monarch, which is a pretty heavy plugin normally. I mean, the other thing I would probably end up doing with it is just using it as an effect. So, for example, putting synchronous on this. Or maybe on here. New plugin.
You pug, you knob, you buttonhead.
Damn. Hey, cheers for the follow, man. Bunchy. Or bunch. Pretty cool. You can very quickly end up in territories you didn't expect to go to. Not sure where to go with this. Actually, I'm going to stick that on here. Something's not passing MIDI through. This guy. MIDI output, disable. I wonder if vacuum can make the Hoover sound. It should be a preset, shouldn't it? You know, this is really nice because I don't have to see the freaking mess of a rack, the single rack. That's the complete chaos. I can instead have... Oh, okay, my kick was actually 0. I can instead have like a whole separate rack just for my hats and clap, and a whole separate rack for whatever else, like any percussion, and it's not a disastrous mess. I actually like this very much. They should support VST3s so you can load the Reason rack within the Reason rack. And I'm not even joking, because for tidiness, that would be freaking useful. I'm playing 2 things at once. Oops. I don't think that would actually help, honestly. The problem is you click on a track in Reason, you tab to the other end, the thing flashes for far too short and you're lost. You don't know where the thing is that was flashing. And you got to go back to the sequencer, click on it again, then go back into the rack to try and see it in the rack. And even if it was, I mean, a combinator effectively is what I'm claiming they need to do. It exists already. But number one, it sucks because like you can't just click macro learn or something and then twiddle a knob on 4 and then it's learned to the combinator. That's how racks work in Ableton. You can't press Ctrl G to just like group things into a rack either. If you have multiple things grouped, they don't auto route. You've got to add a mixer. It's like they have a lot of workflow stuff to figure out, in my opinion. I guess if I spread everything horizontally in the rack, then when I click on something, it would take me horizontally to where it is. That might be less confusing than seeing everything stacked on top of each other. I'm just thinking out loud, because this is like super nice and self-contained. If I want to find the rack, I click on the rack, and there it is. And it has its own little browser. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of pluses to working like this. Now, whether to save this freaking thing needs to be... No. I don't think I'm going to save this. I'm going to do a little bit of work on something else, and then I'm going to go to bed. I might not even work on something else. Kind of liked individual things about that beat, but I didn't like it all in all. Now I'm suddenly seeing 4 comments at once. Hey, so all the instruments from Reason Rack. No, the bass was Monarch, but I processed it with Synchronous. The ARP was Maelstrom, so that was a Reason Rack thing, but I sequenced it with MIDI VST. That's actually something else that Reason can't do yet, is it? Whoa, loudy. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. this needs a side chain. You just grab it from my base bus. There's always one sitting here. Those weird dives are Valhalla Freak Echo. Maybe I'll do a double kick jump. Also, welcome, Roman. Welcome back. Duplicate the section, start to flesh it out some more. I'm still not sure where this is going to go, but I like the idea. Take away that high pass. Maybe to start off, we'll not have some of these loops. High pass going on somewhere. Be this guy. Gonna grab that little fill. Oh, I did that another time? Where's the double one? Oh, at the end there, okay. This guy sounds very dry. Maybe we only bring the clap in after the breakdown. I'd also like to do some reverb automation on the kick.
You pug, you knob, you buttonhead.
Hey, cheers for the follow. Aha, you moved over to Twitch. Sweet. There we go. Reverby. Maybe before the high pass. Which one is the high pass? This one. So let me just call that automated. I'll figure out very quickly what that means. Hearing a click, and I'm wondering if it's from this guy. Is from that guy. Oh, still clicked. Something ain't right. there, I guess. I have been using Reaper. I sort of switched to it in 2014, I think. I used FL Studio from like version 6, like 2006, until 2010 when I was at college, and then they were using Pro Tools and Reason. And that was where I kind of, well, got into Pro Tools for a while. And then I kind of was back to FL. I think I got 11. I went from 6 to 11, and then eventually started working with Reaper. Actually, I did a mix in college. I did one of the mixes I submitted. One of them was in Pro Tools, one of them was in Reaper. So I was already dabbling it with it just to figure it out. But I didn't actually produce electronic music in it until 2014 or so. Kind of partly out of necessity, because I was at a recording. I was working in 2014 at a recording studio that had Pro Tools and Max, so I couldn't use FL at the time. I think there was a beta that was like a wrapped version of FL, so there wasn't a native version of FL on a Mac. Okay, Shroom. Yes. Oh, are you suggesting something there by any chance? Oh, is there a song? 1 second. I didn't realize. I guess it was muted. Or not. Oh, my song. I get it. I get it. Yeah, for sure. I could put it in and sync it up properly. That first hit, kind of loud. Can I do volume to velocity to volume? There we go. So now I can turn down that kick drum. In fact, I'm going to do it across all of these clips. This may or may not be something I set up Reaper to be able to do that it didn't before. It's something to do with options or view. It might be under view. Oh yeah, so one thing I did somewhere here was I turned off showing velocity handles on notes, because before it would have this little grabbable thing like that. And I'm like, do I really need that? I've got velocity down there. I've got I don't know. I don't see the need for. You can control drag. So you don't actually need those there. And that handle, when it's like halfway, you're trying to move the thing and you grab the handle instead. So there's no point to that. So I turned that off. I don't mind the numbers. I find the numbers useful. And then I don't. Maybe it's under edit, or is it options? It must be options. Okay, well, it's in preferences, but basically, you can set it to 1 MIDI editor per project. Here we go. One MIDI editor per project, I prefer, so it doesn't open multiple freaking piano rolls when you've opened multiple clips on the same track, for example. Very annoying. And then media item selection linked to visibility. Selection linked to editability. So if I've selected all those other clips, I can edit all those other clips. That wasn't a default behavior. So yeah, I think those were the two main ones. Because I think without this, let's see, selection linked to editability. I think maybe without that, any clip that wasn't like this is the selected clip. So then all of these I might have been able to see but not edit. And then selection, yeah, so there were a couple of settings there that I had to fiddle with, and now I can edit multiple selected things at once. The kick drum's less hectic now. Yeah, it was Seebeck who actually found that particular setting. It hadn't actually bothered me. I think this could use some synchronous. Not sure what these presets will look like. Ooh, interesting. Oh, this is in a weird setting somewhere. There must be a pattern length thing somewhere. Oh, maybe I have to drag up here. Whoa, nope. There's like a loop brace. There was a loop brace here. But I don't see it for that other lane. Maybe I'll just initialize the darn thing. Start this loop somewhere sensible. Oh, here's where you like ratchet things, I guess. Maybe I'll halve the speed. Kind of cool. Simple ping pong delay, maybe. Also was considering this flanger. I'd rather learn it when I'm awake. I'm pretty tired. What is that? Ooh. Interesting sound. So cool that you can right click the effects controls and automate them. That is really, really cool. quite an octave down. Still not quite happy with this guy. So we're grabbing like a pass effect type echo. That might work. I wonder if changing the filter frequency while it's echoing will have an interesting effect. Does have an effect. Let's also maybe ping pong delay this gently. Drive amount up. Dry weight balance down. Kind of liking where this is going. I want to see if there's any other interesting things we can do with grain. I won't duplicate it because it's got a lot going on. There we go. Maybe grab a snare. We are soloed. Let's go for an envelope. And look for a snare. We can also hone in. I think this was a snare. Figure out what octave of keyboard I'm on. Ooh, very high. There we go. So you can see it's going through this waveform. And if we change the pattern, now let's try spectral grains. Oh boy. Suddenly computer is not so happy. You know, something like this happened to me when I rewired Reason and controlled it with Reaper. Even though my CPU didn't look like it was having a hard time, I started getting crackles. This is a bit extreme. How bizarre. Ah, maybe, let's just see. I think it adds its own buffer to whatever is set here. Let's just make it 512. Alright, well, we already temporarily stumbled on a solution. Bearing in mind we're playing a snare. Interesting. slowly but surely getting somewhere. Except that that second grain was supposed to be another effect. Well, we're certainly testing the computer now. Let's look for a random, like, Foley effect or voice note or something. Suppose I could look on Splice for something. Foley. Ah, something stereo. Finally. Let's map some stuff randomly, shall we? Grain length. I think you can drag. Nope. Like this maybe? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, that's number 2. That's more like it. Ooh, funky. That's a cool parameter to maybe modulate. especially automating between the inharmonic side and the harmonic side. Harmonic snap. Ah, Robo voice, damn. I think I'll call it bedtime then. The sound glitched out, and I guess I must have fixed it. Enough viewers to possibly host someone, if not a raid. I really need to get to sleep. Quick listen to one other track. Man, my music gets buried so quickly. See who else is live. Not Twitter, please. Cool. Close enough. Good night, everybody. Hopefully I'm not still a robot, but it probably is. I will catch you guys another day.